Good evening, early evening, everybody. Y'all, it's been a week, a personal week, like it's been crazy. I might even let this morning's Glory tell you all about it in her freaking rough shape, and you'll see all of that. Actually, let's do that right now. Oh, look, my eyes twitching. Aha! It's either electrolytes or just like my soul just fucking, what do you call that? Whatever. Oh, Jesus. Okay. But basically, life has been trying to waterboard me. There has been a collective rebellion of most of my major appliances. A lot of food spoiled. My fridge was broken. I got to throw away prepped meals. I had to... Now it's about to rain. Fuck. Right. So I had to throw away prepped meals, which is so sad. Wasting food and all that is sad anyway. But then like when it's prepped and all that, you think you're ahead and then you're behind. And then not having like a place to store it and then trying to secure one. I mean, I used coolers and did everything I can, but also during the work week, it's hard to resolve anything personal. Then I was having cell phone issues. And then I almost got hit by a car, no less than 4 times in like 2 days as a pedestrian, because Florida is not pedestrian friendly. So that shit has just been weighing on me. And then dishwasher doesn't work. So there's standing water, so my kitchen just is gross and freaking doesn't work effectively, But we are fortunately just about past that right now as of today. I was up till 11 o'clock at night yesterday with a appliance repair person, and I think everything's good for now. So I don't want to digress too much on the stressors. But I will be having to bust out PowerPoint presentation glory again to stay on track, because I would really like to upload this by Sunday for everybody. So things to cover. Oop. Refer to the list. That is the grocery list, not the list. Here we go. Okay, life updates. The fridge. Yeah, Oh, yeah. Prep. Okay, we're gonna have to talk about prep here. Let's talk numbers. My weight is down 2.5 pounds in less than 7 days, so that's promising. And I'll probably be a little lower by the time I post this, because I will include a little check-in here and maybe a little video of my posing real quick as well, maybe. Probably just a check-in photo though, y'all. I ain't got time for all this. But I'm very much believe that tomorrow, after today's rest day, I'll be down at least 0.5 pound. You know what I mean? It's had kind of a rough leg day. A long one at that. I mean, arguably it's not a leg day because I'm doing full body training. My point is my legs were hit hardest, everybody. Y'all feel me. So, inflammation, but whatever. So, training has been good. It takes a good week to get settled into a new program. So, there are some changes that I've made that my coach approved, and basically supersetting things. Ain't nobody got time. I said I had time, but I don't have time to be in the gym for 3 hours. So I superset certain things like Arnold presses with the deadlift and tricep dips with hip thrusts. I mean, shit that's very reasonable, you know what I'm saying? To save me some time and look like a bad bitch in a commercial gym. So training has been good. Supersets, getting a feel for the training order and everything else. And we agreed certain movements to still focus on a pump and the others to keep them as strength movements. So I'm feeling pretty good about the program. And I'll tell you what, I am really enjoying a solid rest day in between training days. That has been a revelation, because then no matter what hysteria and fresh hell life has to throw at me, I have a day off technically to look forward to. So that has been so nice. And in general, just like recovering and knowing I'll get that in. So this is interesting, everybody. I don't know what the future brings, but I'm really glad we're doing this whole full body split. Really enjoying the days off in between. So that's new. another calorie drop, which I wholeheartedly endorse. So I suspect that my coach watched my last upload where I was like, I'm prepared to cycle low days, because that's what we've decided to do. So she chopped another 200 or so calories off my plan, but only for rest days. And then I guess I just didn't upload my FitnessPal well. So I've just been doing the low days every day. And then we agreed, hey, if you're not feeling it, just freaking keep that going. So now I'm eating like 1,800 calories a day, even on training days. But I have the option of, if I need that extra, basically 100 or so calories from likely carbs, then to just go ahead and take it. And I'm so responsible and tuned in that I'm not just going to be going for it all willy-nilly, So it's a way of getting ahead that I fully endorse. Staying more hydrated than ever. I bought these liquid electrolytes that I love. So it has it's not like the stuff you get at the grocery store. It's like truly the breakdown of magnesium, potassium, sodium, all that other stuff. And it tastes like salty water. It's great. So I've been staying hydrated. And I've also been doing those drink packets, not Crystal Light, but like the sugar-free Starbursts flavored water flavorers. And that's been delicious and really nice, because if I feel like I'm falling behind on water, I'll just add that to like a water bottle and I just drink it. It's easy to drink. So water's been good. That's probably helped a lot with inflammation, just how much water I'm drinking. I only need to drink like 1.5 gallons, but I would wager I'm doing like 2 gallons right now. So it's been good. We're just moving, we got a little bit of traction, everybody. But I really need to practice my routine here. And on that note, life updates. So Monday is when I start my work from home job. And so I'll have time at home. I have to kind of figure out the window that I choose to take to run through my posing for both women's physique and for figure on the daily. So that's exciting. I think what I'll do is I'll do it after morning cardio. So then my morning will be a significant dopamine productive personal time, So that's what I need to get into, because 6 weeks out is right about when you should be really drilling in your posing. So that's where I'm at with that, everybody. What else? I guess one has to ask, how are things different? And honestly, I still feel good. A friend of mine, we refer to this expression in this space, which is did you suffer, right? There are certain physiques that you can tell a person didn't diet hard enough. And it's not an expression we would use for lifestyle people, but as a bodybuilder, where it's kind of expected that you're pushing beyond limits that are healthy. There's a point where if you have body fat and you have knowledge of nutrition and certain lifestyle factors in place, you're used to eating healthy, you're used to planning your meals, all those things don't actually stress you out. You don't have to think about it. Man, I'm sure this video is really wobbly. Let's see. Is that better? Hope it is. I'm sure it is. I'm still right now. But if you have the habits in place and you have a routine and you thrive off routine, in a lot of ways, this isn't hard. It's not suffering until you get into hunger and lethargy and all of that, until you start tapping into your reserves. And a lot of the times, again, assuming you have these healthy habits in place, that doesn't really start happening until your body fat is really low. So that's where expressions like "did you dig deep" and
time to bleed,
suffering come into play. And I'll have to tell you, still sleeping well, still prioritizing sleep and my social curfew and all that. So I'm sleeping well. My performance is still great. I'm still moving the same weight and sometimes a little more. And I honestly attribute that more to the rest days in between, for real. So performance is good. Energy remains high. Libido's still popping off. and not having cravings or hunger or anything like that. I'm managing pretty well. So don't feel like I'm in the suffering mode yet. The most challenging part has honestly been getting in the extra steps. But a lot of that has to do with some of the fires that I've been putting out all effing week that have required me to be a little bit more sedentary, and the weather. But I busted out the old treadmill and I finished some steps the other day on the treadmill because it was pouring. So, but yeah, some of the more sedentary things have been like troubleshooting my phone and not having phone service. So I had to be like sitting at home using the Wi-Fi to walk through the troubleshooting. And then just like stuff at work, that just required me to be sitting longer. And so then I had to make up those steps later in the day. But I got them in, and I truly believe that once I start the new job, that won't even be an issue. So probably take like 3 walks throughout the day, get the cardio in first thing in the morning so it's done. Maybe do HIIT tomorrow. I find that doing HIIT on the weekends is just better, like knock it out. So I don't feel like I'm suffering yet. If anything, I'm suffering more from a mental perspective, the mental anguish of not feeling prepared, of the stressors of this freaking fridge saga. Good Lord. And almost being run over. Like, I'm just like, this is clearly not my season, but I still want to do this. What to do? So still pushing through. So hopefully this is a really short upload. I know I had another closing remark as far as how I'm trying to set my mindset up right now. So I went to a bodybuilding show today, a natural bodybuilding show, and it was a pro and amateur show. So you see quite a lot of range in the physiques. And it's so important to go to these shows if you're interested in competing, because it kind of helps you establish what's the standard you're going to set for yourself. I mean, there's some physiques that, obviously are not as competitive as others. But every person on that stage is so important. Like, it's so important to have competitors because you can't compare without competition, right? But moreover than any of that, and this is the point I'm getting at, my closing remarks, is there's an expression about like get in the arena. And that expression really like touches me, because in this world now more than ever, you have a fuck ton of spectators, people in the audience, people on freaking Instagram, online, watching other people live their lives, watching people do impressive things, but they're not doing it. They're not even freaking trying. So I have a lot of respect for people that just get in the arena. Whether they're ready or not, they are still doing something that most people are not prepared to do. They still push themselves more than a lot of spectators. And they are also now a part of a community, which again, a lot of the time spectators are self-isolating or they have less community. So that was something that came to mind this afternoon when I was at prejudging, was like, hell yeah, man. Everybody here showed up. Everybody here did the thing and paid the money. But on top of that, like all the putting themselves out there, and stepping outside of their comfort zone, being freaking judged, being on stage, being filmed and photographed. It's crazy. So I thought about that. And I also thought about how that affects me, right? Whatever happens with this show, as much as I wanted to come in a certain caliber of athlete, if my efforts and my body don't cooperate, now my efforts are just, they're always going to be, I'm going to follow the plan and sprinkle in a little extra as approved, right? But if for whatever reason, I don't come in how I want to come in, I have to remind myself that at least I'm in the freaking arena, putting myself out there on national television. And I'm serving as competition for other people on stage for comparison. And it's still a good experience, But yeah, get in the arena where you can, everybody, because that's where That's where the growth happens. That's where life is lived, is in the arena. So I keep thinking about that. And I hope that's a good closing remark for everybody.